Why do some people move to Jamaica and find it such a challenge, while others move and find it perfectly an okay place for them to be? Let's explore this a little bit further.
Jam Fam family, the Jam Fam family, yeah. Jam Fam, come hang with me.
A few days before today, I broke down crying and got discouraged because the reality of me moving back to America started to take form. I fell back into a state of mind and let conscious mind, or my mortal mind, take over, where I entertained the worst, disempowering, negative thoughts, and held on to my griefs and regrets. Thoughts of being a failure because the plans I had in Jamaica didn't pan out, or thinking I was going back to or had nothing in America because I had quit my job as a tshowyou RN and shipped it off to Jamaica.
Hello, Wagwan. Big up yourself, whether you're there yard or you're there abroad. Welcome back to another episode of Life with the Jam Fam. Now, on this episode, we're going to look at why is it that when some people return to Jamaica, they find it such a struggle settling in and finding their way and starting to thrive when they get here. We're going to explore some factors that could be things that causes the struggle that they experience.
When you leave the house, do not leave the house and think that the only thing you need on you is your card. You will encounter going somewhere and they're like, card machine isn't working. And you'll have to have cash in order to get your transaction done, especially if you don't have a Jamaican bank account yet. So you won't be able to do like a bank transfer or anything. So I will say that is something that you really need to know. Having cash here is super important because a lot of places don't even have card machines or their card machine is down this day. So take that into consideration and make sure that when you're leaving the house, you get cash. So I would suggest stopping while you're on the road and just making sure you have at least, I would say, $5,000 in cash on you, depending on what you're doing in that day. Nothing moves fast here. Every single thing moves very slowly. I cannot even stress enough how slowly everything moves. If your hair appointment's at 7 a.m. and it says it's supposed to take 3.5 hours, don't book anything for 12 p.m. You're not gonna make it. Island time is a real thing. And it can get very frustrating and annoying sometimes, especially when you have a busy day. But if you set your expectations correctly, you can just, reduce some of your own anxiety.
Some of the issues surrounding people coming has to do with their expectations. Some people coming back to Jamaica and thinking that Jamaica is how it was when they left. And to some degree, some things remain constant, but a lot of changes have been happening in the country. And some people are coming and expecting that things are significantly transformed and different to what they left when they were going because of what they see from some of the lifestyles of certain people on social media platforms. And this expectation also of what they're used to, where they're from, and when they're coming to want to continue and sustain that those things that they were experiencing when they were where they were, also put together creates this struggle for them really when they come back to Jamaica. So we're going to just look at a few things that we need to keep in mind when we're moving back to Jamaica to reduce our risk of struggling to adjust and to adapt when we move back to Jamaica. When you're moving to Jamaica, you need to come with an open mind, a growth mindset, one that is willing to adapt, adjust, and pivot as things comes your way, things that you weren't necessarily expecting. So you have a plan and an expectation of how you want to live your life on return, and you're going to work through that, conscious of the fact that not every plan will go perfectly as planned because there are circumstances outside of our control. Those things that we can control, we control, and those things that we can't control, we look at ways in which we could respond to them and respond to them in a way that becomes advantageous to our vision that we have when we are returning to Jamaica. And that might mean that our plans take a little bit longer, or we might have to take detours in order to get there, but that's part of the journey of life, and you'll be able to do that if you're consciously aware of these things in your return or your plan of return when you're setting that up, so that you're not thrown off course as significantly when you come back and things aren't going exactly as you had planned and intended for them to, because things that you don't control are also having impact on your overall plan.
And the title of this video is definitely going to be Moving to Jamaica is not for the weak. You hear what I said to people? Moving to Jamaica is not for the weak. Jamaican food is the best food. Great culture, great music. It's just a vibe, it's a vibe. When you come here on vacation or holiday, it's a vibe. Living here is a vibe. But it's not for the weak. It's not for the weak. The thing, things are not going to go the way you plan them to. Whatever budget you set, just double that or triple that in some cases, okay? Sit down and plan it to the T. I'll even allow for contingencies, emergencies, things that we haven't thought of, things that, that might just pop up. Even when you add that in, just double the amount.
Planning and be intentional at living frugally. You don't need to keep up with the Joneses, and just focus on the things that you actually need, and then treat yourself to some of the things that you want. It's about making sure that the way in which you're living, be minimalistic and frugal in your living, and therefore the cost of living will become a lot more affordable. You'll be able to see that you can live on a smaller budget than you were living on where you were, and as such will be able to enjoy your transition into living in Jamaica a lot more. Keep in mind that you are not coming back to impress people. You're coming back because you choose to, for whatever your visions are. So therefore that should be your focus, and as such frugality and minimalism will become a thing that you are able to adapt, and a way of life that you are able to enjoy and thrive in. Whether you're planning to come back and pick up a job in the job market, or you're planning to come back and invest or start up a business of your own, what you need to ensure is that you have some savings to tie you over for a period of time until these plans, whether the job or a business or other form of investment that you're coming back to do, start to earn you money to add to your cost of living whilst you're here. So that way your savings or money that you've set aside will then be able to be the resources that you use to survive until such time. Although you'll be looking for jobs in your field of study, do not limit yourself to just that. Make sure that you explore the different opportunities and pathways that are available to you if you are someone who is coming back to go and join the traditional workforce. Ensure that you look for other opportunities and other ways that you can make money using the skill sets that you have. It could be that you decide to set up different ventures when you get here. It could be that you decide to work on online platforms or remotely, or other options that are available to you. So think outside the box when it comes on to job and job opportunities, or even if you're looking along the path of job creation yourself. When you are moving back, choose to live in an area not just where it's safe, but also where cost is much more affordable to you. So what that will do is it means that the monies that you have will be able to last you for a longer period of time. So if living in one area will cost you, say, 300,000 Jamaican dollars per month, maybe you want to live in an area that will cost you less, so maybe 200 or 150, because then what that does is it extends the amount of time that you have with the funds you have available, and so you will not feel stressed and pushed to want to do things that might even become putting you in a position of compromise in your moral values, or making you fold and give in on your return and want to go back to the country from which you were coming, because you know that if you go back there you'll be able to get a job in this field or that field. So make sure you keep that in mind, so that your return location is not one that's going to own you, but one that you're going to own, in terms of the way in which it's going to cost you and the level of stress or burden it's going to put on your finances and other resources. When you are shopping, try and see if you can buy in bulk or wholesale versions where possible, and buy directly from your supply chain, so that you cut out the middleman and the additional premiums that you would pay as a result. And when you buy in bulk, what you do is you reduce the cost that you would pay per item. In Jamaica, they have lots of buying 3 and then you will get it at a significantly reduced cost overall, and therefore it cuts back on your cost when you build up over time. During the time that you were away, hopefully there are lots of skills that you have learned and a lot of insight that you've gained. Try and see how you can use that to your advantage when you are here. Don't just look for how you can find a job when you are coming, but also look at opportunities where you can create jobs for yourself and for the others around you. By so doing, you are adding value and contributing to the society, and therefore advancing the welfare of your country. And finally, ensure that you have a good network of people that you've associated yourself with, and therefore you can gain insight from them about different challenges that you are facing whilst you are here, and learn how to deal with the different circumstances that are unfolding, and also might be able to give you connections where those are necessary, so that you are able to thrive and do excellently on your return once you've made up your mind and decide that Jamaica is going to become your forever home. So we're going to go on a mission. We've been wanting to do this for a little while, and every time we keep having a reason to postpone it, so now we're going to do it. So we're going to set up a little nursery with some seeds that we've had, because we want to try and see if we can catch a few of these trees. So Eliona is geared up and ready with her equipment in hand.
And my appropriate shoes.
That's the shoes she's wearing to go do gardening.
Too.
But mine isn't different. And let's see in your hand. So we've got a little bag here with a variety of different seeds, and we'll talk you through what the different seeds are when we're planting them. We're just now going to use this container here. So we're upcycling. We're going to use this container as our nursery bed to start with. So we're just going to get the soil and mix the soil. No, we're just going to put it down, and we can move it when we get the seedlings up.
What if the dogs come for it?
I don't think the dogs are going to do anything to it. So they will know it's not food because we're not going to put it where they can catch it. So what we're going to do now is to just dig the soil that we want and nutrients, and then get started with potting. Over there was a fever grass plant. I just chopped it down, and what you see left there is just, I've left it there because a lot of it has been dried up. It was battered in the wind from the other day. And this is a gungo tree that a couple of them that I had to chop down. And I've just managed to rescue that sugar cane, put it back upright, and I'm having a go at this next one. I've managed to leave a section of it there, and there is a bit here, but my arms are tired now, so I will do that bit next time. It's the root bit, so they are very hardy. So now we've dug up some soil, and Eliona is going to put that in our container, and then we're going to go from there, and we'll show you the rest. So Eliona is ready for the mission. Hey, that's a good push. And we chose this time of the day because it's just cooler.
And less noise. There are less cars driving. So it's more peaceful. And there are less accidents. So it's even more peaceful.
So it's cooler and more peaceful.
Yeah.
Feel more peaceful, okay.
I feel like I'm picking up more fever grass than soil.
Okay, then do you want me to come in and help? Hey!
Heave ho, heave. Mommy, you have to join in with the digging song.
Okay, ready?
Yep. Heave ho, heave ho.
Okay, so I think we have enough soil here to set up a nursery. Agreed?
Okay.
So what one are you planting?
American apple.
Okay, so go ahead then.
How deep?
That should be more than enough.
All of them?
Yeah, I would just put them all there.
Then cover it?
Mm-hmm. Okay, so Eliona's plant the American apple. Do you want to plant any other one?
Can I plant the citrus?
You can find the seeds.
Is it the small roundish white one?
Yeah.
Wait, I just got one. Okay.
So you're going to plant that now. Ready? What happened?
The soil.
Oh.
It's on my arm.
Okay, it's fine.
I'm one with the earth now.
I guess so.
Okay. Here.
I wet it, that's why it's a little bit stiff. Because I wanted the water on it. Okay, so citrus. Okay, did you want to plant anything else?
What's left?
We've got plums, we've got hog plum, cherry, Jamaican apple, and then we just have a bean.
What kind of bean?
I think it's a broad bean.
I'll plant the bean.
Okay.
This?
Yeah. Okay, so I'll just quickly plant the others. And we're on our way to a homestead.
You're gonna put what?
I'm going to put the plums here in the hope that we will see germination. And I'm going to put the hog plum here. I'm going to put the, up near to your thing, I'm going to put this cherry seed. This is the Jamaican apple. I mean, I could get a cutting of it, but I'm just going to check out to see what happened with the seed. And I don't think we put anything in here, so I'm going to put what looks, I think these are gooseberry seed. And they were some giant ones. They were big, so I want to get that breed. So I'm putting it there, and that's it. So I'm just going to put the pot in the shade, and then we can check on it every so often. Okay?
Okay.
Yeah.
The Johnson family. Where Irie living the good life. We're royal, cruising through the West Indies, having fun, enjoying the good life. Johnson family, the Johnson family, yeah. Johnson, come hang with me. Johnson family, the Johnson family, yeah. Johnson, come hang with me.
Thank you for staying with us here on this another episode of Life with the Jam Fams. Bye for now, and we will see you in the next one.